Hi, welcome to this short session of practice that is ideal to be done after a walk. However, it can also be done at any other time of the day. This session will not have detailed instructions or demonstrations. This is a follow along session, which means that we will be doing everything together. If you need demonstrations or detailed instructions, please look at the detailed session, the link for which is in the captions of this video. In any case, please do that session first before you come to this session. Unlike our before the walk session, where we were holding positions and movements for very short periods of time like 5 to 15 seconds, in this session we will be holding them a little longer, from anywhere from 45 seconds to 3 to 4 minutes. However, if anything gets too uncomfortable, please release the position and you can make a second attempt, and over a period of time you can observe if your ability to stay in that position, if that increases. For today's session, I am going to use a chair. Any kind of chair will do as long as it has a backrest. I will also use a yoga belt. You can use any kind of strap like thing, and I have also got a couple of extra pillow like things, but thin ones. So I have actually got some firm folded blankets which we will use. This depends upon your body proportions, the mobility in your joints. So this is at your discretion. Let us start. For this first one, we are going to lie down, preferably on the floor. If floor is not possible, you can do this on the bed, as long as it's a firm bed, and as long as you can lift your legs up on a wall by the side of the bed. I am doing it on the floor, and I am also using a thin folded blanket as support for the head. If you are okay with lying down on the floor without a pillow or any kind of support, then go ahead and do that. We are doing this together. So position yourself relatively close to a wall, support the back of the skull and the neck. Please don't take a very high pillow, even if that's what you use for sleeping. Try to work with a firm and thinner support. We lift the legs up on the wall. Notice that the legs are not really vertical, they are at a diagonal. You also don't have to join your feet, feet can be slightly separate. If your legs are slightly bent, that's fine, as long as the angle of the thighs is still going at a diagonal and your legs are still feeling restful. If your legs are quivering or not feeling restful in this position at all, then we can shift much closer to the wall. Cross your legs against the wall. Lightly press the thighs back towards the wall with your own hands. Do this only if the straight legged position is feeling completely uncomfortable. So one way or another, settle down. Yes, we are holding this for a couple of minutes. I am timing, so you don't have to worry about anything. Find a relatively comfortable position. Please remember that yes, these positions will rest, but they also put our body in places which are at this time, after a walk or a walking like activity, in positions where physiologically beneficial actions can happen easily. In this case, for example, the venous return away from the legs is improved, it is helped because gravity helps it. So, it helps the legs to drain. very good for swelling in the feet, for any kind of bloating, inflammation, good for varicose veins. Abdomen quiet, you can leave your arms in any position that feels comfortable, by the sides or somewhere on your body. For all of these positions, I am holding it for a holding time which is kind of towards the lower end of the desirable spectrum of time. If you are not able to hold it for this much length of time, you can of course release the positions and you can try and repeat. However, if you are liking the position and if you feel that you can hold it for longer, then yes, it is definitely desirable to hold each one of these positions for about 30 seconds to a couple of minutes longer. Release. Bend your legs. Roll over to the right side. Press down with the left hand. Come up. The second and the third position are also going to be on the floor, and we will need the wall for one of them. So you can continue to be close to where you are, but we are going to need a belt or a strap. If you want, you can continue to use the support for the head. It is definitely absolutely not necessary. Doing this together, lie down please. Single leg lift using a belt while the other leg stays on the floor. Yes, lie down first with the legs straight, with the feet slightly apart, preferably done on a floor or on a firm bed. If you are on a very soft bed, then it will not give you the correct feedback. If your back is strained or there is some kind of imbalance in the back, you can do it with the legs bent. From here, bend the right leg, fix the belt in the middle of the right foot and hold on to the belt with the two hands separately, and then straighten the right leg. We will hold each leg for about 30 seconds. Now, your leg might not be vertical or it might not be straight, that is okay. Do the best that is possible. It might just be here, it might be bent, it might not be at a 90 degree, this is also okay. Control it with the arms. In any case, do not bring it more than 90 degree, we are only trying to bring it to a vertical position. Do not keep pulling it towards your face. Holding it for about 30 seconds. Settle down please. For any discomfort in the back, keep the other leg also bent. Because you bend the other leg does not mean that we pull the right leg towards our face, that leg still stays vertical. Release. Change the leg. Fix the belt on the left foot, straighten the left leg to the extent possible. Keep the right leg either bent if you have any discomfort in the back, or straighten it. 30 seconds. Release the left leg. And let's repeat once again to the right side with the left leg either bent or straight. The back is not arched, the back is on the floor. If your head is tipping back, then please take a support for the head. Release that leg and change the leg. Release. For this next position, we are going to continue to be on the floor, but we will use the wall on one side. Again, the head support is optional. We are doing this together. This time, the leg will go out sideways. We are still controlling it with the belt. So, you can start with your right leg. I am starting with my left because the wall is on my left. Yes, so first we lift it up just like the previous one. Then we hold with the right hand. We hold both the strands with the right hand. Take the right leg out to the right side and rest it on the wall. This depends on your capacity. How much can you take it down without feeling some very uncomfortable stretch and strain on your groin area. Let the leg go out sideways. Definitely do not bring it down to the floor. It is considerably high up on the wall. Once your foot is on the wall, you can even let go of the belt and just rest the arms either on your abdomen or even out to the sides. This is a really restful position if your groin is ready to receive it, if there is not a whole lot of restriction already. It's a wonderful position for both men and women for the health of the pelvic organs, for the health of the urinary system and the reproductive system. Holding for about 45 seconds. To bring the leg up, hold the belt once again with the right hand and support the leg to bring it up and then release the leg. Let's change the side. So, you have to turn around. I am just turning 90 degrees because I can use the wall on my other side. So, start like the previous position, bring the leg up vertically, just vertically, no more than that. Hold with the left hand if you are doing on the left side and then take the left leg out till the left foot comes to rest on the wall. Adjust the distance from the wall based on your capacity of taking the leg out sideways. Once the foot is rested, you don't even have to hold the belt. And once again, the other leg which is on the floor, that can once again be bent. If this is making the back uncomfortable in any way, you can bend the leg that is going out straight. Holding for about 45 seconds. If it gets uncomfortable, especially in the back or in the groin, you do not have to hold for so long, you can hold it for half the length of time. To bring the leg back up, support with the belt and then bring it up and then release it. Yes, roll over to the right side and come up. The next few positions are seated positions, and we are going to also turn or twist in those seated positions. Please get a little bit of height on which you can sit. I have here a folded blanket which is quite firmly folded, and we can add another, we can increase the height, or you can take a firm pillow or a firm cushion. From the legs going out straight in front, we are doing this together. So start, please take a little height, at least a couple of inches, going all the way up to 5-6 inches. How do you decide? Your back should feel upright, it should not be a struggle to sit. Many of us have stiff backs, and in fact if you are just walking and not doing anything to complement that, it is likely that your lower back and hip will get even stiffer. So this might not be very easy to do, very comfortable to do initially. Please increase the height, it will make things easier. From here, we will take the right leg out to the right side and the left leg out to the left side. Yes, so the two legs have gone to the sides. The legs are still straight. Try to press the thighs down. Maybe your legs don't go out this wide. Maybe they are just this much. But if they are feeling like this, if your legs are not straightening, once again, please increase the height. Take the hands slightly behind you to the sides and sit. Just 15 seconds. 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. But we are not releasing the leg position yet, we are going to turn towards the right side. So turn. Let the right hand go behind. Bring the left hand between the two legs, turn towards the right. Just holding this for 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release, come back to the center, turn to the other side. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back to the center and back to legs going straight ahead. Press both the thighs down and change the leg position. The knee goes out to the side, we are bending the leg. If you have a knee injury already, flexing, completely flexing or bending the knee like this might not be advisable, so you can forego this for now. In our regular classes, we have various ways of making this happen progressively over a period of time, but don't get into a position like this suddenly if your knees are not prepared for it. If they are prepared, feet touching each other, knees going out to the sides, you can hold your feet and we sit for 15 seconds again. 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Don't release the leg position, turn towards the right. Right hand goes behind. You can brace with the left hand just for 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back to the center. Change the side. Turning to the left for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. come back to the center. Bring the knees together. And the third and last sitting position that we are trying, and I am again using a height, make it smaller, and please feel free to increase the height if required. So, we are sitting on this while the feet go out on either side, and now this time the legs are bent. That is how it looks from the back. This is how it looks from the side, and I will stay here. Let us start. Once again, if there is any knee injury, then forego this position because the knees are completely bent and there is weight on the knees. If there is no knee injury, wonderful position for quickly rejuvenating tired legs for anybody who walks, runs, stands for long periods of time. So, first 15 seconds we are just sitting. 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Don't release the leg position, turn towards the right side. 5 seconds only. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back to the center. Change the side. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back to the center. Release the leg position now, and if you did this, then please stretch one leg out and please stretch the other leg out and then release. We are going towards the restful segment of going forward with the forehead rested. Two ways to do it. You can pick either one or you can do both if you have the time. I am going to go between the two and we are going to hold this for about 3 minutes or so. Quick demonstration, even though I said there will be no demonstration. So, we can either do this, you can lightly cross your forearms and rest your forehead by building up enough height. So, please do not be embarrassed about building up sufficient height. The forehead must come to rest quite easily, either standing or we can do this seated. If you are doing this seated, then once again please take a height, do not sit on the floor. Cross-legged position, you can also do it in a straight-legged position. Usually this is a little more difficult, so legs can be crossed. In fact, we can just sit on a chair and lean forward on a table if it is totally impossible to sit on the floor. So, pick a position for resting your forehead while going forward. I will start here and then midway through I am going to change. I will stand up. You do not have to do it, you can just stay in one position. If it gets very uncomfortable, just release it midway through and then you can make a second attempt if you are feeling up to it. Let us start. We are staying for about 3 minutes. So, the forehead must be very passively, quietly resting. I am not pushing the skull down. You have to therefore find an angle that your spine, your back can easily go forward in. We all have different levels of stiffness and flexibility, especially the back is very variable. So, this is really, it has to be customized for yourself. Make the eyes quiet. make the whole face quiet. I am just changing my position. You can stay where you are, or if you want to come up and change, you can also do that. And then inhale and come up. Before we just lie down for a final rest, let's attempt a twisting position while being seated up on the chair. We did a few even in the seated on the floor position, but for many people just sitting on the floor is an exercise, so twisting on top of it is not very effective. When you're seated on the chair, it becomes much more accessible. Sitting sideways, we are going to twist to our right, so the chair backrest is on the right side. Don't go very close to the chair backrest. We need sufficient space here so the shoulders don't get strained. Feet firmly planted on the floor, and if you can hold something between your inner thighs, please do it. So maintain that even pressure of the two inner thighs even during the twist. First, arms up, turn towards your right, hold the backrest of the chair, and we are holding the twist a little longer. We'll just hold it for about 10 to 15 seconds. 14, 13, shoulders relaxed. Be upright, don't lean into the chair, don't lean away from the chair, do not arch your back. Let your head and neck also turn, but don't let that be the only thing that turns. The spine also has to twist. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Check if your right thigh is pressing into the block as much as the left thigh, and then release. You can just turn around in your chair. We are going towards the left. Preferably hold something with the inner thighs. Plant the feet firmly on the floor with the feet about hip width apart. Arms first up, and maintain that. Turn towards the left. Be far enough away from the backrest of the chair that you have enough space to adjust your arms and your shoulders. 15 seconds only. Left inner thigh pressing into the block as much as the right inner thigh. Both shoulders down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then release the twist. Let us now do the only back arching action that we have in this sequence, for which nothing is required, just have to be on the floor. Bend the legs, feet are hip width apart. Press the shoulders down into the floor. Press your upper arms and elbows down into the floor. You can bend your arms and just turn the palms towards your face. Stamp the feet down. Lift the hips and the buttocks up. Holding this for 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Take a couple of breaths. And that felt very easy, so let's hold the next two for 10 seconds. Get ready. Just be careful you're not tipping your head back like that. So keep the chin, keep the face parallel with the sky, with the ceiling. From the shoulder to the elbow press down, stamp the feet down, lift the buttocks up. Just to about mid-range, not to your maximum height. 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Take a couple of breaths. We are just lifting to about 55 to 60% of your capacity and maintaining that. So once you have lifted to a certain height, don't drop back from it. Also please make sure that you are not doing this by arching the back. We are lifting from the heaviest part of the body, that is the hips and the buttocks. Last time. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and release. Take a couple of breaths there. If there is any strain on the back, just be there in this position without doing much with the legs bent till your lower back and middle back comes back down on the floor. Roll over to the right and sit up. And let's just end with a couple of minutes of rest. Yes, so if you have a chair where the height works, then we can lift our legs on the back, on the seat of the chair. You might not have any pain in the knee or discomfort in the knee, but this action of resting the back of the knee lets the joint fully relax. And for this final resting position, preferably do take a little head support, but a very thin one, not a high pillow. And lie down. If your chair height is not working, if your feet are going up or if your back is lifting up, then just do away with it. So you can just lie down flat. I am timing it for just a couple of minutes, but definitely if you want to stay on longer, you can stay on longer. I am going to end this session now. You can continue in your Shavasana for a little longer, and I hope you come out feeling rested and rejuvenated. If there are some minor discomforts, strains, etc., then please repeat these positions, repeat the entire routine a few times. Sometimes just because of unfamiliarity there can be discomfort. So please don't make up your mind after giving it just one try. Do try it a few times over a couple of weeks, and I hope this complements your walking. Thank you.